And hello again, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, my TikTok page. My golly gosh, I'm on a roll today and I'm on fire. And yeah, that's why they call me Fire. No, I'm not only joking. Anyway, look, I am going to bring to you this week's energy frequency and just tell you what's going on and that you're not on your own and you're going through all these transitional periods and old haunts and recalibrating and building and expanding, or you're just feeling stuck. Okay. So at the moment it is, and we are going through a transition period. All right, and I think with some of the stuff that we're going through, probably things that you were going through during after 2020 as well, because during that time you would have asked yourself a lot of questions about who you are, what your identity is, your morals, your code of ethics, things like that. What do you stand for? Your identity. But at the moment, yeah, it's a mix of contraction and expansion happening at the same time. It feels like a purge of old times, okay? And by crikey's, you've either gone through them already or you're experiencing them now. And maybe this needs to be healed on a deeper level as well, because we're going through doing a lot of soul work, okay, and listening to what our soul's truth is, that is truthful for us, that is in alignment with ourselves, the self. But yeah, purge of old timelines. A lot of people are being pushed to face ancestral patterns as well, and we know what that's like also. And it may be bringing a lot of grief to a lot of people at this time. It's almost like they're experiencing and reliving old ancestral patterns from the years before. And I'm not surprised, because a lot of that's being activated probably since Saturday on Anzac Day as well. Old generational trauma, it's trying to manifest itself on this timeline when we're doing soul healing, and it's just bringing up old stuff, old hurts, old grief, old colonization frequencies, racism, discrimination, all those sorts of things. And it's trying to manifest itself. And but if you're out there, and a lot of us are doing the inner work, and a lot of us following our goals and our destinies, and we're doing a lot of deep work on those timelines as well, stopping from this type of controversy that is affecting, countries all over the world. And it doesn't need to be Anzac Day either. We can see it all over the world. All right, colonialism on a different level, and it's quite terrifying what's happening. And it's very sad that there are people out there that think that they have every right to divide a certain race or keep the people divided because of someone's culture. And I'm sure you've heard enough of it as well after Saturday. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with at the moment, ancestral patterns, and it's coming out from other directions, from other sources. But yeah, all of that, karmic loops, identity fractures, emotional residue from past relationships as well. Boy, isn't that a theme, eh? Fractures from past relationships. Crikeys. Forgive, forgive, forgive. Let it go. You know, send back their shit. Take back what's yours. Do an exchange, energy exchange, and you don't have to have that person with you. You can do it on a higher consciousness. But this creates a sense of pressure, heaviness, or emotional vitality in the field, and it has. And it's still being talked about. It's still being discussed. And inside we know what's right and we know what's wrong. And at the end of the day, everyone needs to be included, including, those ones that are the guardians. They are the most important. But um, this desire for sovereignty is coming up as well. So more people are waking up to what's not aligned, what's draining them. And by Corey's, last week, the last couple of days, I was quite exhausted. It was really, really weird. I mean, I'd slept all Saturday, catching up on the Zeds, I suppose. But even after catching up on a lot of sleep, I still felt tired the next day. But also, what's been inherited rather than chosen? Yeah, it's not all your fault. You didn't, you know, you didn't contribute with some of the stuff that's gone on in previous timelines either. There's a strong pull toward reclaiming personal power and rewriting their own timeline, and that is a fact. Okay, so this, like I mentioned before in one of my previous videos, the next 9 years is soul healing. All right, and mainly because a lot of people may think that they don't have trauma, but there's something that's activating in them that's bringing them trauma and fear, which is stopping them from expansion, their success, yeah, all of that stuff. And the thing is, uh, we have to go back there to other previous timelines to see, or through the heart, to reclaim what is rightfully ours, what is our birthright. But yeah, heart activation, inner child awakening, and that is a big one. The sacred child frequency is loud right now. People are feeling tenderness, vulnerability, longing for safety, longing for connection, and longing for truth. Truth is coming through from their inner, but the truth from the outer forces, from different energy fields or different organizations, there's not enough truth out there. And it's very conflicting to a lot of people at the moment because there's no justice in this system. We can see it. It's happening every day. The dishonoring of certain people's justices and corrections and justice for their children or their families. It's just not happening. It's just they're not receiving satisfaction for things that have been done to them. It's like it's being ignored. So the timelines that we are working on at the moment, what's coming through now, and we are healing them, those that are going through their awakening or their inner child healing, what you're actually doing is collapsing those timelines so they don't reoccur again in you and in your bloodline for the future, for your future grandchildren, great grandchildren, or your future children. You don't want that type of energy or frequency crossing over from your timeline to theirs. Anyway, this is, it's a lot of hard work, but it's about dedicating yourself to your soul healing. And the more you do it, you'll be surprised just how quick it happens and how quick it transmutes itself from a negative perspective to a positive. Anyway, yeah, because these timelines are collapsing very quickly, there's rapid endings, and pretty much straight away you're receiving clarity or ascension. And unexpected shifts, people leaving your field, new opportunities appearing instantly. As soon as you work on yourself, or cutting something away to make new space for new energy, you'll notice that straight away, more opportunities are coming in to fill up that space that you have drained out or cleansed out. This is the collective moving into higher coherence. But yeah, there's also a split between fear and expansion as well. That is another one. And like I mentioned before, this is something that's been, you probably would have come across it after COVID, all right? And, not only that, you would have been stepping into your success during that time. But as soon as that virus came in, it just blocked everything that you were hoping for to succeed where you needed to go. But at the end of the day, that COVID also delayed a lot of things and gave you a lot of space to do more inner work and understanding what you were doing or what you were trying to create, refining it, bringing it into a state of consciousness that had a bit more life to it and more energy for those that needed to see what you had created as well. So you've had that time to go deep and to really bring in beautiful energy around something that you knew you were supposed to create at that time, but it was delayed. But now is the time when that success or what you've been dreaming for can be fulfilled. But also, because of these negative frequencies that are out there that are trying to muck around and, timelines that are trying to manifest or re-manifest, there has been a bit of a glitch and people are feeling, the fear. And but also some people are using this time to expand as well. But that fear has come from other timelines. Okay, if it wasn't from this timeline, if you hadn't had any trauma of such, you've got to look really deep. It could belong to the last timeline that you were on. But you can certainly do sacred child healing to open that part of you up as well. Okay, and then it's up to you to search or to allow those new timelines to come to you through visions. And it's not about waiting for something. You allow it, give yourself permission to receive that information as well, so it can come in naturally. Some are contracting into fear, control, and survival. Okay, panic, 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 desperation. I gotta have this, I gotta, blah, blah, blah. It's almost like because there's not enough food or the food is so expensive, people are having to go without, or people are having to budget, or get the cheaper meats or get the cheaper this, that, and the other, just so they can meet their other expenses. And at that same time, that fear is causing a lot of desperation as well. And I think people have just lost interest of or ambition. They've lost their mana, their power. They're feeling a little bit depressed as well. And all I can say is, it's about time you did some soul love, loving yourself, raising your vibration, looking at affirmations, especially on YouTube. You can come across some real cool upgrades to to the self. Videos of gratuity, being thankful. And these videos, you can find them on YouTube. It's a lot of life coaching. They're affirmations that make you feel better. It's about feeding your ambitions, your heart, your desires, your passion. All right. So have a look at those YouTube channels. I might even post something, a link up on this video as well. But yeah, others are expanding into trust, intuition, and soul alignment as well. And yes, most definitely, some of us are getting on board now, and we're finishing off what we created probably 30 years ago, and which was meant to come out in 2020. It didn't get there, but we are doing it now, and boy, it's on. Mm. And both are happening simultaneously, the fear and expansion. It's like two timelines. You want to go on that one or this one? I really want to be on the one with expansion. But those that are on the fear timeline, do your inner work, and then when you're ready, shift over, all right, to expand it. And when you're feeling that fear as well, you know it's a feeling, okay, because you can feel that you're not far away from your destiny or your success. You know that there's something around the corner. It's quite terrifying in this, that, and the other. Take a big breath, okay, because you deserve to expand your knowledge and to create what you've been wanting to create for years and years and years. It's time, okay? So that fear, it's okay to be scared, okay? But also remember that you've got a duty to yourself, and that is to expand whoever you are and whatever you are and what you are bringing to the the collective, okay? But yeah, the core frequency thing is about returning to self. Again, in my previous videos, I've come to the conclusion that the next 9 years uh, is about healing the soul. Everything that your soul is about, that has been before and now. And that includes identifying your past timelines as well. And that shall come naturally to you. But returning to self is also about authenticity, okay? And with Gemini, Uranus is coming into your sign, and that's a lot about authenticity as well. It's about standing up in your power, being a leader, and showing the community what you're made of, okay? And that's your truth, your truth, you're true to the cause, you're passionate and determined to fulfill it, whatever information or wisdoms you need to bring to the collective. But yeah, emotional truth as well, soul remembrance, we've talked about that, inner child healing also, okay? And please, if you're doing inner child healing on your own at the moment, okay, just remember, you've got to have that inner child soul with you to make you feel complete, to connect and to partner up, to absorb and come back into one with that inner child, that sacred child, that innocent part of you. You need it with you so you can do your inner child healing. It's no use doing inner child healing when you haven't retrieved all of your soul. I mean, you can do inner child healing now and later on and go back and retrieve your soul. But it just makes so much sense to retrieve your soul because your soul can help you. It can talk to you. It will show you the truth of your inner child. But at the end of the day, it's up to the collective. We haven't got a master plan or a method or a recipe book how to heal this, that, and the other. We've got to use our own intuition, but practicality and also, what's the other word for it? It makes sense to retrieve your soul first, to have that part of you, innocent part of you, to show the innocent part of you to yourself as you're doing that inner child healing. It makes life so much easier, all right? And it speeds up the process as well. Ancestral clearing. Whew. With the inner child healing and the soul retrieval, Yeah, it's all hand in hand. We go back to our timelines. We go back to our ancestors. All of that. And not only that, ancestral timelines overlapping ours as well, because we didn't choose to go through this trauma. It was brought into us. It was handed down to us. So there you go. And timeline sovereignty. Oh, yes, timeline sovereignty. We're reclaiming what was all ours from our past timelines. We are healing past timelines, especially if you remember that soul of yours going through any trauma, death, um, whatever type of trauma it was. And I mean, being one of my past timelines, being in the Vietnam War as a nun, and that was a huge impact to me. Um, and it made me realize that, most of my timelines are during war times. And I think I've mentioned this before in my other videos. But we are most certainly taking back our power from the previous timelines, because the wisdoms that we know now, we didn't have that in those past timelines. All that wisdom is here and now, and we can use that to go back and heal those past timelines. But yeah, this is a global reset of identity and purpose. I see it as a big, huge breakthrough for humankind as well. But yeah, it's all there. It's amazing stuff that's coming in at the moment. And as far as I'm concerned, and what I'm calling it, I'm going to call it this time. Okay, the next 9 years. We talk about the new era that's here, but what it is, it's actually soul healing, soul cleansing, soul resetting, soul sovereignty, soul alignment to our convictions and our destiny, and our identity. It's all there. It's all there. It's soul. That's what the next 9 years is going to be about. Is healing our soul. Deep, deep, deep to all the other timelines that had trauma on them. We're going back and healing those over the next 9 years. But firstly, it starts in the now. And we clean this timeline that we're on now, and then we progress to any other timelines that the Sacred Child Healing brings through, brings forward, and shows you naturally. And not to fear you, or not to hurt you, or to shock you, or anything like that. But it will come forward gently and show you what needs to be healed. Yeah. It's massive time over these, over the next couple of weeks, and especially the next 7 days. So hopefully you've got some good meditations there, and if you're stuck, do some meditation, okay? Write down what your soul needs at this moment. Write about your soul, your identity, who you are. Describe it. Detail it. All of that. All right, guys, and enjoy what you're doing. It is amazing stuff that we're doing at the moment. It's massive. Very powerful. All right, everyone. If you'd like to, please subscribe to my channel and YouTube. And yeah, I'd really like to get 1,000 members, subscribers, okay, over the next couple of months, just so I can do more work and do lives on my YouTube channel as well. But yeah, please subscribe, and let's have a big healing party celebration on this YouTube channel of mine and yours. It belongs to you as well, all right? because it's all about you, it's all about me, it's all about the collective. Take care this week. Do the work. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle. Don't be too hard. Don't be too rough. Just be kind. All right, guys. Take care. Love and light to all of you. And te hei Māori ora. Bye for now.